Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to another episode of the 4-Day State Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Claire's Creamery in Greenville, South Carolina, trying the two flavors, Texas Honey Pecan and Dairy-Free Cookies and Cream. Let's get started with the Texas Honey Pecan. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with their decision to do whole raw pecans, but the honey flavor on the front palate is lovely. It's pleasant, it's fresh, it's honey, which only really has one honey flavor, but it is a bold honey flavor at that. But I just can't stand when the pecans just bite through the back palate and absorb the entire rest of the bite and lead into the next bite, right? As I'm about to take my next bite of this delicious base custard, my mouth is still full of the flavor of pecan, and I just can't really get over that. I would really prefer if the pecans, or in other cases walnuts, be chopped up a bit finer, or be less distributed, or have less of a distribution in the ice cream. It's because I believe their flavor is a bit too overwhelming. But consuming the base alone, it's this very light, delicious honey flavor that I am a fan of. Now let's move on to the dairy-free cookies and cream. I'm actually getting very little cookies and cream flavor. But if we're talking about the cookie being a macaroon, I would say it's a very good macaroon flavor. But we're not getting the traditional flavors of cookies and cream. This is more or less a chocolate macaroon. Now, to their credit, the texture is wonderful. For a dairy-free ice cream, it's not grainy. It melts in the mouth properly. It feels like an ice cream, just with a lot of coconut in it. A lot of coconut. Like, the flavor is kind of overwhelmingly coconut with some chocolate on the back palate. And in all my years of eating ice cream, I've yet to find a dairy-free ice cream that uses coconut milk as a base and doesn't just taste like coconuts. If you're gonna have coconut milk as your base for your vegan ice cream, make the flavor a coconut flavor. Otherwise, use almond milk, use preferably oat milk, that's my favorite choice for the base, or don't make a vegan ice cream at all. Alright, now let's try the two flavors together, see what happens. The coconut and pecan are fighting in my mouth, and I don't quite like it. I'm not really getting any flavor of honey, I'm not getting any flavor of chocolate or cookies. It's just coconut and pecan battling in my mouth, trying to dominate the palate. And it's just clashing. Not the best flavor combination in my opinion. On a different note, I was surprised that when I was being served my ice cream, the server put the ice cream on a scale and moved the small scale around with him as he scooped the ice cream. That wasn't really my favorite thing to see. I know that a lot of ice cream shops will weigh their individual scoops to make sure they remain accountable and they're giving everyone the same portion size. But I would feel like once you get to a certain point in your experience, the scale is either no longer needed or no longer wanted. From the consumer point of view, if I'm seeing someone weigh my scoop of ice cream, yeah, it makes me feel like I'm getting the same serving as everyone else, but it also makes me feel like the ice cream experience is a bit more sterile, a bit less personal. Ice cream is a friendly, fun experience. When I see a scale, it sort of adds this layer of cold calculation to, pun not intended, but cold calculation to ice cream. I would really want to see if the ice cream shop is enforcing sort of limits to the amount per scoop, that they would train their employees for a week or two, make sure they have it down pat, as opposed to letting employees use a scale on hand. And now, with my mouth full of pecans, I'm ready for my closing thoughts. Claire's Creamery has a very clean interior. All white surfaces, stainless steel appliances, very crisp, very modern looking. The employees do a good job at making you feel welcomed into the establishment, but the treatment of the ice cream itself is a bit cold. The flavors are creative and interesting, but don't offer exactly what they're advertising. My honey pecan tasted more like pecan than anything else. My vegan cookies and cream tastes more like coconut than cookies and cream. But the texture and the quality are both very good. So I'd say if they improved the ability for the flavors to match what their names are, I would give this place a good rating. I would say, come to Claire's Creamery. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to findfiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.